tasks to improve the environmental score on this field. Grass fields generally are very difficult to improve the yield, improve the environmental score. They don't have weeds. You never have weeds in grass. At least in past versions of Farming Simulator with Precision Farming, you don't get weeds in grass. So if you don't get weeds in grass, you can't get the weed bonus. So your grass fields generally have an environmental score of 75, 80. Whereas arable fields, potentially you can get up to 100. I say potentially, it's almost impossible, but yeah. And as with anything, while with precision farming, while the environmental bonus can make up for any deficit in yield because of the way you have to play the game in order to max out your environmental score, the problem is your bonus is based on the average environmental score of your entire farm, which does mean that if one of your fields is a problem, usually if you just bought a field, it's going to be a problem until you get the opportunity to totally work it over and then harvest it. So you kind of want to buy your fields in winter before crops go in the ground, because then you can do the correct method of seeding, get the lime perfect, get the other stuff, nitrogen perfect. You know, it's possible, but for the entirety of that year, until you harvest that field, it is not going to have a good environmental score. So because 100% average for your farm is so elusive, I prefer to concentrate on yield. I want the best yield I can get with, for the most part, the best farming methods I can. So I'm looking at getting an environmental bonus. What I'm not looking at getting is the 15% maximum bonus, because it's like chasing gold at the end of rainbows. And I would much rather have 10% better yield on this field than I might get, 15% environmental score bonus, but probably not. And we already know, that wheat field was only a 50% yield. So if I can double that to 100, that's going to mean we get 120,000 litres. And I don't care if I get a 15% bonus income selling it or not. What I care about is that it's going to be twice the yield, so potentially at base it's twice the value, twice the income from the same size field as I harvested this year. Now with the corn, I should end up with a better yield because we've got it nitrogen perfect. But we'll see how that all works out. We have used a lot of netting for this. I also forgot how many straw bales we made. So I think I think I'm probably going to need the little tractor. We'll head down to the store, and I want I think a very small flatbed cart. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be flat and able to carry things. Then we're going to go shopping, and I might need to buy some money, buy some stuff. I might need to borrow some money, buy some money. So let's do that. I'm just going to leave this out in the yard for now. And go find Little Tractor. Hello, Little Tractor. I have need of you. I'm going to check the store on cedars and planters. Is that the cedar we have? That is the cedar we have. These machines use blah, blah, blah. No previous cultivating or ploughing is necessary. It's necessary if I want to boost the yield, but this covers the need for a direct drill. And it's also 8 meters. That's not bad. The other one we have, I believe, is that one, and this is not a direct drill. I think that one is. I think the Kinsey is possibly the only direct drill. Oh no. Oh. That is also, and that's only for that's interesting to know. Okay, I was only aware of this one being a direct drill. Direct drilling is a good thing to do if you are harvesting. Oh, we need the arms. Just the arms for now. Stick that on the front. And head off to the store. So basically I need some things to lift bales, I need some things to lift pallets, I need to bring back the fertilizer. I don't think I really need any more fertilizer. I think that 6,000 litres that we bought is totally sufficient for what we need to do today. I might want to put on the Azaria Pro crop scanners on this tractor so we can actually see the crop that we're spraying. I don't know whether I'll go there because we're using it with a front and rear tank, so I can't put the active sensors on there. However, I could look at a trailed sprayer. The trailed sprayer is a little bit more expensive, and I don't have the fields that require a big sprayer, so maybe not going there this year. Maybe after we bought a couple of fields, more fields, we will want bigger equipment. But having a trailed sprayer is kind of handy because then you don't need the front tank. You don't have to fill it up quite so often. Oh, this is a long drive. That's fine. And as I identify needs for different equipment, I will add I will add some that I feel the need. Oh yes, that will work really nicely for our farm. The mowers we've got are good because they're self-rowing. So looks like the UPS truck and the school bus sorted their lives out. Ah, truck. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, getting bigger equipment just because it's easier sometimes is a thing. Or equipment I haven't got yet. I will probably buy a weeder because weeds are going to be an issue for us. But we'll wait till we need it. Okay, I need front loader tools. That's a good one. I think they did. I'm not 100% sure. Oh my. Okay. Definitely getting the pallet fork. How much is that? 1,700. Okay. Not a big fan of that spiky fork thing. But it's the only one I've got loaded. Oh. I could get that. No, that's too expensive. I will get this. I'm not a big fan of this one. I generally prefer one with two side forks and a center spike. But it's what's available, so it's what we're going with. Back. And miscellaneous. Check the bottom under miscellaneous. Nope. How's about transport? Oh, damn, that's 20,000. How about? Oh, hang on. Oh, that's 32. That's 40. That's 39. I am probably going to need to borrow some money. Not one of those. Okay. I think it's that one. Oh, hang on. You can do a bale trailer, 31,000. So not doing that, but I just noticed we've got this farm tech, which also comes in bale trailer and is small. I don't need anything big right now. All I need is a shopping cart, basically. So we'll buy ourselves a shopping cart. Jump back in our tractor and we'll free up. Yeah, as far as I am aware, the liquid lime definitely does not work with precision farming. Which is a shame, because I kind of liked that mod. I liked the idea of that mod, and it did work well on our old Moss Valley farm. But I don't mind doing solid lime. I think let's do that one first. Yeah, like I said, it's a good little mod, but I'm okay with doing solid lime pellet things. It's just gonna cost us because we're gonna need to buy a lime spreader, which well, I think some of the manure spreaders allow lime as well. That might be a better option if we are doing cows and horses and things that make manure. Then it might be a brilliant plan to get a manure spreader so we can spread manure and use it to spread lime. I'm going to have to clean it out thoroughly, but you know. Like that. And we'll grab the rest of the solid, or the dehydrated liquid fertilizer. Okay, so that was not a disaster of a shopping trip. Obviously, it's money that I would prefer not to spend, but at least it's something. Now, I have to be very careful here. The problem with long wheelbase tractors John Deere's are very long. It's fine. Oh, don't do that. That would be very, very, very bad. Because then I won't be able to get... I can probably get the rail spikes off. Things drop off of attachers, they beam onto attachers, so I don't have to be right up against the bale spikes to be able to melt them. Okay. Do that, and off we go. Okay, shopping has been achieved. Yay. The time is, good grief, it's 11:23. We have had a lot of fun today, I guess. So I'm going to go back to the farm. I will jump in the case and we'll be able to, I'll get the bales started to be picked up. Yeah, wow. Well, at least we've achieved all of the goals. The only goal I have left is the animals need some food. What I might do is run out to the fields and grab a... I'll leave the pallet fork on there. I'll just run out to the field. I'll grab a hay bale for each animal. And we can take a look and see what they are. We're not going to see how healthy they are until September, but then once the stream's over, I'll run around, I'll gather up all the bales. I might animals that need straw, I'll throw some straw in the animal pens that need it. And then I might just sell the rest of the straw for now. Might keep a couple of bales. Might get a bale shed. I can't afford a bale shed. Well, well, I might stack some bales in a shed somewhere then, manually. We'll keep the hay, because obviously sheep will eat it, horses will eat it, and cows will take it as part of the TMR mix. And next cut will be, we'll bale and wrap that field. Just pull the bales off immediately. Don't have a lot of storage on the actually what we got some flat open areas, so we could eventually look at getting a bale shed or bale and pallet shed and putting it behind if we're driving on the road behind the grain silos. That would work. We got the patch of ground to the right side of the silos that could also be used. We've got, yeah. So there's a patch over there behind the chickens. Flat ground, we could put a building there. We can put more buildings here if we need to. I'm going to, right, first things first. Turn those off. Drop that. Go fetch bales. So we've got some interesting options for definitely putting buildings in this farm. I'm not sure what that is either. Is that the sheep shed? Guess we'll find out. That's probably where wool comes from. That's food, maybe. Oh, hello, sheeps. Wow. Okay. Bouncy sheeps and goats. Well, who knew? Okay. Let's go get some. Okay. Well, we'll tip some hay bales here and see what happens. It'll also give me an idea of how much food each animal takes. So, step 1. Sheep. Problem is with bales, and well, the problem is with everything now, is if it's strapped on or stabbed by a thing, it won't. You can't do any. Even if you're holding it in your hands, it will not do a thing. You have to let go. So, what we'll do here, let's just give it a try. And that disappeared. Okay, that's a good start. Let's have a look at animals and sheeps. Sheeps have 4,500. They're going to take a lot of those, but that'll get them started. That's fine, and it's their best food source. So, or it's the food source that will give them 100% health. So they're good, but they will need more bales. Just to get them started. I'm going to stab this one and stab. Since the horses are here. Ooh. Oh, that's a water point. That's handy. Okay, that's where you buy horses. I don't know. Shall I try putting it on the floor and seeing what happens? Still there. Okay. There might be some horse troughs in the field where the horses are. Might be something on the outside. I'll try and put it down here. See if this works. That's not working either. Right, I'm going to drive out into the field where the horses are. See if there's any food troughs out there or something. See if I can actually get through here or whether it's a restriction. Hi, horses. No. There's a thing there. Okay, I'm not seeing anything for horses there. What's that? Okay. Oh, that's where I drove in. Okay, that's where you buy and sell horses. That's water. That worked. Okay, let's check the horses now. Horses are the last one. Horses have 38% hay. They're going to want oats. I can probably buy a pack of oats. Should we have a look? I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have oats. 1,400 for 1,000 litres. I might take the little shopping cart back and go buy me some oats. The horses will be a lot healthier if they have some oats. And lastly, the cows. Where do we put cow food? Well, not out here. And if I want to put straw in, I can use the food mixer. It works as a spreader. I'm thinking in the shed. So that's certainly looking like a good plan for food. There's a good space in here. I could store things like little tractors with front loader arms and food mixers. Could store in this shed. We don't have to leave them out in the open. Okay, and here we are. Whoa, that worked. So, cow barn, we now have. It's 80%. It's going to get them going. Their health's already at 6 because they've been eating the grass. Chickens. Chickens could do with a bit more. I'm not sure how fast they're going to eat through them. They have. What do we have? 49 and 40 hatchlings. 20% health. So chickens have food. The cows do have hay. They're going to need a lot more, but I kind of don't want to overload that because Total Mix Ration will take care of a lot of it. Sheep are good. We just have to dump more grass in there, and then horses need base food, which I believe is oats. Doesn't really tell me there. There's probably a help thing. It's on the door at the other end, so we can just drive out. I'm going to leave that tractor there. Oh, and jump in this one. Okay. Okay. Let's go grab a bunch of bales. This is, again, I think this thing holds about 24, so again, oh, jeez. Not sure how many bales we actually made. Pretty sure we've got more than a cartload. They're small, so that's the problem.